Are you looking for an interconnected smoke-CO combination detector that won't break the bank, that can also be interconnected? Then you're in the right place. Hello, I'm Wanderer001, and this is my review of the X-Sense XP01 3-pack. This 3-pack of smoke detector / CO detector was provided to me by X-Sense for the purposes of doing a in-depth and unbiased review, so that is what you're going to get. You might be considering this smoke detector as opposed to some of the other interconnected smoke detectors out there because, one, you don't necessarily need your smoke detector to notify you in an application. You just want it to talk to every other smoke detector that you have in your house. This particular version of the X-Sense smoke detector here can be interconnected with up to 24 other X-Sense smoke detectors, which is great if you're looking to expand your actual smoke detectors in your home. Keep in mind, you are supposed to have a smoke detector in each and every room of your house, not just every floor of your home. So having these all interconnect with each other in each room of your house, make sure that you know if there's actually smoke or CO happening in your home. I want to take a quick moment to talk about the packaging for the X-Sense as it was sent to me, only because, well, you have your exterior sleeve here, which just gives you information about the X-Sense, and then the actual box and packing material. They are definitely saving when it comes to the packaging, and that is not a bad thing. That savings is passed on to you. So let's talk about the smoke detector itself. You are looking at a photoelectronic smoke sensor and a electrochemical CO sensor, which is rather standard for most smoke and CO detectors. You have this large button, which is your key to actually utilizing this, because while they do interconnect with each other but don't have an app, that does mean that there is a bit of a setup process to have with this. So let me show you what that looks like, as I describe as frustratingly simple to set up. This will be the setup process for the X-Sense 3-pack smoke and carbon monoxide linked detectors. You'll notice that I have one flashing because these smoke detectors do not operate until you actually put the back panel on. So what you need to do is come in here and put the back panel in and twist, and you'll know that you did it correctly once it starts flashing. And we're gonna do that with our other one really quickly. So there are a lot of smoke detectors like this that will not operate unless the back panel is first installed. So just keep in mind, you can link these up before you actually install them in your house. And we'll notice that this one right here kind of stopped flashing on us. But in order to link the three of them, we first have to start with the first one here. Quickly press the center button 4 times, and then press the center button on this one 2 times, and that will establish the link between them. So as we saw, those should be linked now. And what we do now to link the last one to the rest of this is quickly press this 4 times and then this one twice. Takes a little bit to get through them all, but that seemed to work. So you saw, it's just really tap, 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 connect, 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 and every time you get a new X-Sense, you would be able to do that. So aside from your big button here, you'll notice that the X-Sense occasionally is flashing to let you know that, hey, I'm working fine. The X-Sense here will flash red, yellow, or green depending on what's happening. Now, the green, I'm okay, does happen once every 60 seconds, so I will admit if you have somebody who is very light sensitive, having this in a bedroom might not be the best thing. You could tape it over, but that would kind of prohibit some of the X-Sense settings that let you know, hey, I'm going off, this is smoke or this is fire, with the coloration of the X-Sense. Like I said, the button itself is really big and easy to press and find should you need to deactivate this because of a accidental burnt toast scenario. This screen that you're looking at right here is actually the giant speaker for the X-Sense, which has, as described by X-Sense, an extra loud buzzer with over 85 decibels of volume. Is that true? Let's take a look. As you saw, about 84 decibels. That's pretty good. A little more when the second one that was off camera kind of got into the mix. So that's our speaker system right there. The unit itself is remarkably small in comparison to something like the first alert, which it will be replacing. As you can see, just a little smaller. And it kind of has more depth to it, but that's perfectly fine. The backside of this with the mounting plate is actually smaller than you would get with something like a first alert, and the mounting plate is also necessary for the smoke detector to be activated. Just remember that. You need to activate this in order to interconnect them. So probably don't want to mount it first and then try and set these up together. Set them all up first and then mount them. Likewise, if you need to expand your X-Sense, just go over to one that's already mounted, tap, 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 and then double tap, and then they'll interconnect. But when you first mount it up, you'll hear a beep letting you know that it has interconnected. Right there, that actually is not the complete mount position. You have to push further so you feel it click and you see no gapping. We're gonna pop that off really quickly so you kind of get an idea of what you're looking at for the mounting plate. I do wish they made the mounting plate a little easier to remove after you kind of put it in. Just food for thought, just putting it out there. So mounting plate, this is the mounting plate that's going to face the ceiling. This is the one that connects under here. So here we go, we'll put this in place and then twist to lock. And there you heard, and it's gonna go through its cycle. Now, even though you have removed the mounting plate, if you've already interconnected these with other smoke detectors, you will be absolutely fine. You don't have to worry about that, but you can see all the different LED options that you have. And then when it's done, it will stop flashing and then go back to flashing just green for standby I'm okay mode. Now, hearing me talk about the form factor and the sound of a smoke detector is all well and good, but a smoke detector has to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to detect smoke. So let us take a look at the actual smoke test for the X-Sense to make sure that it functions as it should. This will be a smoke and connection test for the X-Sense 3-pack. So I got one right here, one mounted to the ceiling, and my can of smoke for the test. And I hear my third one going off. There you go, functions perfectly well. Interconnect also works great. What you will also notice is the primary smoke detector that has the alarm will flash red, while the other ones that are interconnected will flash red then green, letting you know, hey, I'm not the one that has the problem, but I'm letting you know there's a problem in another room, just in case you can't get to a smoke-filled room. Powering the X-Sense here is a lithium battery. That's going to give you 10 years of usable lifespan, which is great because you want to put these up and just forget about them for 10 years and not have to worry about that beeping in the middle of the night. That's what this is going to be great for, aside from the interconnectivity with only using battery. It's remarkably simple. And I keep coming back to that because I call it frustratingly simple because I'm used to app-based smoke detectors that require a much more in-depth setup and lots of options that you have to play with. These are dead simple. Connect them, put them up, pray that you never have to hear from them. Aside from that, it's an awesome smoke detector. And one last food for thought. For the price of a 3-pack of the X-Sense interconnected smoke detectors, you can get one app-based smoke detector. Let that sink in a little bit. Even though these were sent to me for testing purposes, they will be living in my bedrooms now because I need to fill out my smoke detectors in my home. So if you're looking for a simple interconnected smoke detector, I highly recommend checking out the X-Sense XP01W. You can get a 3-pack or a 6-pack or a single unit and expand your home smoke detection system. With that being said, I have been Wanderer 001. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a like, as that will help other people find the video as well. If you like what I'm doing here, you can always help fuel the next review by buying me a coffee, link in the description below. Last but not least, if you want to be notified when I upload a new video, you know what to do.